at what I have on me. Isn't it really nice? This color comes from indigo dye made from natural plants. The craft of indigo dyeing has a history over 100 years in Taiwan, most notably represented by Hakka blue skirt. However, with the changing times, this art is on the verge of being lost. Today, I want to take you to the largest indigo dyeing revitalization based in Taiwan. Hello. Hey, hello. Hi, what are you doing? We use natural indigo clay to make this dyeing tank. There's indigo clay at the bottom, and the pigment which is absorbed by lime sinks to the bottom. Oh, so we stir the tank to release the color and let it react. When the natural indigo dye comes into contact with air, it oxidizes and turns blue, while the bottom of the vat remains green and color the cloth. If the whole vat turns blue, it means the dye has oxidized and cannot be used for dyeing anymore. This process is called stirring the vat, ensuring the dye remains in its original state for reduction and oxidation. And when you dip the cloth, it appears green, but once exposed to air, it turns blue. This is the reaction process. Then we just do it again. And what are those bubbles on top? Oh, the bubbles on top are actually the essence extracted from the leaves. This essence is salvaged and dried into a powder called qing dye, which we use to make dyes. Doing this reminds me of a cartoon I liked to watch when I was a kid. The dad in the Powerpuff Girls adds in sugar, spice, and everything nice. And it almost feels like a bit of a wizardry. I'm so looking forward to experiencing indigo dye. Joya Cottage, built over 20 years ago by Mr. and Mrs. Dunn, centers around the indigo dye culture. Here, you can create your own indigo dye items, explore indigo dyed clothing, and artifacts designed by local artists, and even enjoy afternoon tea in indigo dye style. Oh my god! Do you remember the layer of bubbles on the indigo dye that Mr. Zhang mentioned? Actually, that bubble is a byproduct of indigo dye called qing dye. This thing is made into ice cream. Qing dye is actually a kind of Chinese medicine. It's used as a base for this ice cream here. See all these nice colors? It looks amazing. Beside the ice cream, there's this incredibly beautiful toast. It has a blue gradient. It's just exquisite. The toast is served on a pretty fancy plate with pineapple cheese spread on the side. Seeing this is giving me some inspiration. I'm thinking it would be great to add that indigo thing to a muffin or pancake, or make it into a cocktail. It could be a nice twist on a blue Hawaii cocktail. Today, I'm staying at a one-of-a-kind place. It's actually a barn of Taiwan's former agricultural society. Rice is a major crop in Taiwan, and farmers used to store it here. Now, I'm going to experience living in a bigger version of this barn. Let's go in and take a look. Oh my god! This is so cozy! There are indigo dyed patterns all around inside. And look at this view! Oh my god! This is really nice! Staying in the barn house transports you back to Taiwan's rural past. The entire house is adorned with indigo-dyed artwork, creating a serene and pure atmosphere that makes you feel incredibly relaxed. Whoa! Hey, this is really cool! You can see this above. It's decorated with indigo-dyed pattern. Anyway, this place used to store rice, but today, it's me enjoying it.